Yo, welcome to Common Conversations. What's up, good people, yellow people, green people? This your boy Yellow Gale, and I'm actually trying to figure out if we went live. It looked like part of it went live, and then looks like some of it you can hear, you can't hear. It seems be a little wonky out here in the spaces. But it is what it is, man. I've missed y'all. It has been a crazy couple of days, a crazy couple of weeks. I hope y'all had the opportunity to tune in to the move forward. I think it was a great show, a great conversation about race, equity, inclusion, diversity, and all the things that we face and that we challenge that are challenging out there in the world as it relates to what black people and white people, the BIPOC communities are going through on a day-to-day basis. And it was super important that we tested that out, right? And we showed folks how to have unscripted, authentic conversations. Hopefully we didn't lose our cool. And we had some youth in there because it's important for us to hear our youth voices. And again, we're working on a few other things because y'all know what we do. It's common conversations. We talk about it. We walk about it. We do the damn thing, right? So here it is. But this series is about wealth. And so I'm bringing Dr. Deb back in the house as she is, passive income queen. And, we decided we're going to jump on this fun roller coaster ride with me as we talk about different ways that, we can build wealth individually as a family, as a kid, right? Young people. And so this crypto thing is growing. It's not going anywhere. It is a new way of life. Forex trading is something that is not new, but it's been out here for a really long time, and so people are looking to diversify and build their funds. This is the conversation that you want to be a part of, because everybody is an expert in their own lane, and Dr. Deb is doing it. Ain't that right? What up, Doc?
Hey, Gelly Gal. How you doing, brother? I
I'm
am
feeling
doing
like
it.
a villain.
You listen, you are $1,000,000 to me and more. Okay? Let me just start with moving forward, the move forward.
Yes,
That was
ma'am.
an amazing show. Your daughter moved me. I didn't even know it was your daughter. I was just like, who is this young girl? Because it reminded me whenever I work with the children. I retired from elementary school and I've been working with kids all of my profession. But that young lady had so much courage. It moved me so much. And I just thought to myself, wow, what impact she just made on some kids, because there were some people that were watching it and made their kids watch. And then later, the impact that she made is going to be amazing. I'm serious. And so good for you, Gail, and your wife, to you, an amazing young lady. Miguel, I'm
Oh,
so
well,
proud
thank
of
you,
you.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, she is. She ceases to amaze. Like,
Did
I
she
mean,
amaze you?
she all the time, like, anytime, and I think all parents brag about their kids, which you should, right? They, and then there are times where I'm like, man, I really wish, I must have gotten it wrong, and I really wish she would do this, and then we have a conversation, and she's doing it, and I'm like, wow, okay, go ahead, kid, let's get it, do
That's
your thing.
right.
Um, but she's definitely got her own willpower, her own mind, her own foundation. She knows what she wants out of life. And, all we do is continue to encourage her to share, right?
Yes.
And to be honest and authentic in her movement. And
She
she
was very
does
much
it,
that.
man.
Yes, she was. She was very organic. And that is what matters, Miguel. So I just wanted to tell you, big shout out for that.
Oh,
It
I
moved
thank
me.
you.
The
Thank
conversation
you.
was great. Your guests were great. And the movement is great. And we have to keep moving forward. Keep the conversation going. Let's just do it. We just
That
keep the
means a lot.
conversation
I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we're gonna. There's some other things that I'm working on, and I hope I can bring out, and we'll be able to continue to share because I think these have to be our common conversations, definitely in
Yes.
our own community and the things that we face. But even as much as what we're gonna talk about today in terms of financing and wealth
Yes.
and what we do with the money that we bring in from our homes, from our jobs, which
Yes.
is we'll identify today as revenue.
Mhm.
And then after you pay all your bills and your overhead, then you got profit, and then how you manage cash flow, but how you also build and develop different levels of
Yes.
revenue. And we'll talk about that too. So yeah, we did the move forward. I'm still producing and doing some things with the Bob series.
Mhm.
So if folks haven't had a chance
I checked
to
out the
take a
Bob
look at
series.
that, you got to check out the Bob series. So
Yeah.
here, real quick, I'll show. I want to throw everybody a quick kind of. It's about a
Okay.
minute. You know, I might cut it off a little short, but if you haven't seen them, go ahead and check them out. This is the Bob series, y'all. So I'm highlighting black-owned businesses around the area to tell their story. Yo, I might have lost some sound out there, so I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. I don't know what's going on. Apparently, I lost the sound. So you know what? I'll run that back. Y'all can check it. Y'all can go to YouTube and check them joints out. Y'all can hit us up on Facebook. Yo, I might have lost some sound out there, so I don't. My thing is looking wonky. I think this is the fact that I keep adding new stuff and taking stuff away.
You trying to get the people ready. It's okay. It's just technology, you know.
Absolutely. You know,
But go
sometimes it
check it out.
works.
You definitely can check it out. Go check it
So
out.
yeah, and here's the other thing, like if you want to be a part of it. So if you have a black owned business or Latino owned business, if you're part of the BIPOC community and you're saying, "Yo, I got a business, I want to highlight it. I want to I want to be on the stage. Let's do that. Let's plan it." So I am still doing them if you're watching this wherever you're watching this. I am still technically doing them in Louisville and Indiana, but a brother is willing to travel. So I do short, like what we call short brand stories.
Mhm.
And really this is what stimulated that. Except for in our community, our black owned businesses don't really get the highlight that I think they deserve. And so one of my
Yeah,
missions is to build an ecosystem, right, for the black community so that we can start building our businesses. I read something a couple years ago, and this may have changed a little bit, but the average black owned business that starts really only generates anywhere from 150 to $250,000 a year, and
mhm,
that's not a bad thing if you're profitable, right, and you can still manage cash flow and build your dream. But the
mhm.
reality of it is that there are a lot of folks who want to scale up, and that education is important, right? And so you get that through experience, you get that through traditional schooling, but more than not, you're going to get that from being around like-minded people
That's right.
who have achieved it, who are putting in the work on a day-to-day basis, and they can help you grow. And so that's super important, and that's really where the Bob series is coming from. So the
Got
other
it.
thing I want to highlight is a good friend of mine, and this really has to do with some of the issues we keep running into. So I got a lot of friends and family members, and I think a lot of people are running into it, cancer, right? So I'm just gonna say this: fuck
Mhm,
cancer.
mhm.
Right. So
Exactly.
cancer, cancer sucks. COVID sucks too. But cancer really sucks. And so a friend of mine, and some new friends started this show called the Friendly Enema Show. And it's called Friendship and Detox. So you can check out their YouTube channel. Super cool, super funny, right? Because you have these two
Yes.
executive black women who, once you hear their backstory, you're gonna be like, they actually do this. But Karen, basically is a cancer survivor, and she tells her story throughout this journey about really how her and Nikki met, but what she's done to really survive cancer. And so, they do coffee enemas. And I remember when they first called me and they was like, "Yo, we want to do a coffee enema." And I said, "You want to do what? Like you're gonna stick coffee in your bum? Like really? That's what you're doing. That's what we're doing these days. Is we
Cinema.
sticking coffee in our bum."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, let's get it." And so I get to help them produce that and edit it and do some fun stuff. But it's a great story, and they've got a great storyline out there. So I think folks could check that out as well. And so, but all right, Doc, I said I was going to throw this out there to get us started. We got a super great guest that's going to come in here in just a minute,
Yes.
Danielle Farley. And if I say your name wrong, you can throw tomatoes at me because I'm prone to do that. But she's in our guest room just chilling and probably listening like, oh my God, what did I get myself into?
She's ready. She's bossed up.
She ready. She said she ready to get it.
Totally bossed up.
All right, let's go. So what? So I was talking to my wife the other day, and I said, "Babe, just someone random walking through the house. Is
Mhm.
Bill Cosby still in jail?" And she was like, I don't know. I'm not paying attention to that. And
Right.
so I woke up this morning, and round about this afternoon, I was playing on it. I said, what's hot in the news? And Bill Cosby gets out of jail. And I said, get the hell out of here.
Yes, he
And
did.
so I had to go check out and see how Bill got out. And I know I was going to throw this at you because, again, common conversations. We talk about everything under the sun. We do what we want to do and how we want to do it, right? And so
Yeah,
I know
for sure.
everybody has an opinion. And I think the fun part about being able to have adult conversation, no, let me rephrase that, mature
For sure.
conversations, is that we should have the ability to talk about everything and anything, without fighting each other, because we all got a position and it doesn't always have to be the same. But
Mhm.
so I was curious how Bill got out, and I'm, anybody can share, y'all can throw in the chat, whatever. But
Please
they
throw in the
overturned his
chat.
convention. Yeah, what'd you say? You said
Please
you throw
throw
it
in
in the
the
chat.
chat. Because listen, I saw the same thing this afternoon. I just was great, I'm doing what I do. And I saw that. And I saw that it was like, I just skimmed it. And it was just like a, technicality. And I'm just like, I didn't even want to hear it. I really didn't want to hear it because
Yeah.
the first thing that I thought about, Miguel, honestly, because I know that people are just like, oh, we just got Dr. Huxtable is out and we love Bill and I love Bill too. I love everybody, but people have to be accountable. And again, I'm a retired social worker. I'm a woman. And so immediately I thought about the victims and I thought, what would I feel? I love Dr. Huxtable, but I have a hard time believing that all of the women were lying, right? And so, I watched that and I went through that, but also that's been a part of my profession, right? That's where I've been with women like that, children,
Let's go.
right? And sometimes people are like, well, why did they take so long? What did it? And the first thing I thought instantly, I'm human, what took them so long to tell? There's a lot that goes with that. So here I am, and here is my opinion about it. I'm thinking about the victims. I'm not thinking about Bill. I think that Bill needs to be held accountable. And whether it is here on this earthly realm or in the spirit realm, he's going to be held accountable for it. So it's okay. I'm not mad at, anybody. I don't hate him, but I have to think about the victims. I'm honestly. That was my first thought.
Let's get it. My first thought, and shame on me, is I was like, yo, Dr. Huxtable got out of jail. You know what I mean?
Not
Like,
shame on you. No, absolutely not.
you know what I mean?
Because
I
you and
was
a
like,
whole host
yo,
of other people.
absolutely, and my heart goes out to the victims as well. And I'm always, in any situation, I'm always like, those who should get their justice, right? And
Yeah,
absolutely, whatever that looks like, whether it's through, civic, or whether it's through our justice system.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but the one thing I find interesting is that, this is how flawed our justice system is, right?
yeah.
He gets
For
out
sure.
on a technicality, actually an error, right? Because they gave him immunity, allegedly, so that
Oh,
he could actually be tried and he would actually be able to speak up in the civil case. That's what I read and I understand. So they gave him immunity and then instead went ahead and tried him anyway based on his statements, because he could have pleaded the fifth. And
oh.
so, again, foul play on our justice system, because they, realistically, they,
Well,
I
that's
guess, cheat.
that's their
Yeah,
MO, foul play,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because for me, then I think, oh, what this loophole? Look at the justice system, right? And so you have a perpetrator that has victimized women and has done it repeatedly. And so we think about, I think, look at, we talk about white people having privilege, right? Because we know
yes,
that exists, but everybody has a little privilege. Next in line is men, right? White men. And then men have privilege because that's exactly what played out when that happened to the victim. So,
yeah,
here is what I say. There is no justice that can be served. Justice is here in your mind, right? And that's enough that you have to live with. Everybody knows themselves. We have a timeline in life, in my opinion. And we're going to walk on the timeline. It's already created. People will say, this is this journey. We're in life school. This is his life school. He's on the journey. He's going to be held accountable. But we just have to not be, think about and I may jump around, but this is a really, really good point. R. Kelly. Look how they normalized this guy, but look what was happening behind the scenes, right? So we really need to get out of that, Stop looking outside of ourselves. Stop being drawn to what is in, worldly things to me. And that then you put a person up on a pedestal and you lose compassion. You use the sight and the lens of compassion, because the first thing people said was, what took them so long? Why didn't they tell? Now you're re-victimizing a victim. I just don't do that, right? I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. So I'm not going to do that. So, listen, I send love, light, and energy, good energy and vibes and healing to a man that would do that, and to anyone. So I'm going to send that to Bill, right? I send it to anybody, and of course to the victims. But I'm just not happy that there's a technicality that can get a perpetrator out that victimize women. But then we have so many brothers that are sitting in the jail for marijuana. Where's the technicality?
Real talk.
Where's the technicality? So, the justice system is ugly all the way around. And there are other people outside of white institutions that have privilege. Yeah, we do. We have privilege. We have privilege, over people who are disabled. Think about that. You got to think. I see it all the time. I observe it. I'm a social worker. It's what I do. I watch behavior and I can see it. Nonverbals are so good. Sorry that that's my gift, because I see it. But
don't be sorry about that. Own that. Let it go. Let's get it.
Because it's really helped me. But sometimes I'm just like, so much in tune with people's nonverbals that it's annoying to me. But I do pay attention to that. And listen, I'm going to always be for people who are disenfranchised, underprivileged, where they face a lot of injustices, just the minority groups. That's just who I am. I'm for the people. It doesn't matter who they are. If they don't have a voice, I'm going to be a voice. And so I'm not happy that he is out. I'm not, on so many levels. It doesn't matter that he's 86 or whatever he is. It doesn't matter. He should be held accountable. So my heart is going out to the victims. Anybody that's seeing this, pass it on. I love you. We are women, women's power. Women are coming out and speaking about their mental health. They have encouraged to speak up. I love it. But I love you, Gelly Gal. I know you glad Dr. Huxtable is out. I love it. And thank you, Miss Jessica Kellum, in the chat. Thank you so much. I thank you so much for your comment. Absolutely. Everybody has to be held accountable. I'm held accountable for the things that I do. Everybody should be, right?
Yes. Go get it. And for the record, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm happy that he got out. I guess I'm happy. Well, and against yes and no, but we gonna move on. I just thank you for sharing.
You are so welcome. I have this conversation with my Shannon, okay? So he's like you, and we're always in here like loving each other, but we are like, I'm always, my fingers up. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. So it's okay.
Absolutely.
Great conversation.
Right, I want to bring on our guest, right? So we can sit down and start talking about money. Because this usually is not a negative conversation unless you just don't have none and people keep robbing you. And and what we want to do is build wealth. We want to build income. And you know the greatest people in the world. And so, I'm just gonna bring her in. Danielle, how are you? Welcome to the party. Let's get down.
Yes.
Yay, hey, how's it going?
Welcome, Danielle, to Common Conversations.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you for hanging out with us. So, Danielle, if you would share with the viewers who you are, what you do.
I'm sorry?
You got a bad feed. If somebody's watching, you might have to mute your sound.
Hold on, I think it's because I'm fasting. Hold on.
Is that better?
How's that better?
That's perfect.
Yeah. There it is. Welcome to the party.
Hey.
So tell us about yourself. So, I mean, Dr. Deb was like, yo, I got somebody perfect for the show. And I was like, let's get it. And she was like, okay, she's a retired nurse. And then she told me that, You do Forex trading, and then you were into cryptocurrency, of course. And then I saw you were also a photographer. And then, right before we kind of came on, you was like, I was actually in front of the camera and then behind the camera. So, share a little bit about folks, and then let's jump into this conversation. Who are you?
Sure, sure. So, first and foremost, I'm a mother of two. I've got a 14-year-old daughter and I've got a 4-year-old son. I have been a nurse for the last 13, going on 14 years now. And after I really got exposed to Forex trading, right? After I got exposed to an awesome opportunity to kind of build wealth differently than what I had ever been taught, I retired as a nurse. About 8 weeks into the opportunity, we started to, I linked up with a business partner of mine named Terry Heichi, and we just really started building a team of people going into this opportunity of learning how to trade in the Forex. That's kind of where it started. Since then, that was in August of last year. And now we have achieved reaching about 12,000 lives across the world, and just continuously growing our team. After about 8 weeks of being in it, I did walk away from my job and have no plans to ever return. So we've had a great journey so far, helping impact lives just across the world, and really just bringing awareness to people to make them understand that you don't have to work a 9 to 5 and slave just to pay your bills. That's not really what we're created for, anyways. And a lot of people feel like they're on this rat race, that they're really just living life to pay their bills. And so we've been able to kind of break that mold, and continuously just kind of spreading awareness of what we call the real money game, which is a totally different take on money than what most of us are taught. Because, we go to school, we're taught to go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a degree, you know, get a job and put your money in the bank. And then when you're 65, retire and hopefully have about 10 to 11 years to live life on your own terms before, unfortunately, we tend to pass away around the age of 75, 80 years old. So we're breaking out of that mold. I'm really excited about it because ever since we started this journey, I receive messages like how I've helped change lives, or I've helped people understand the how to reach their goals or their dreams or their ambitions. Most people only make so much money per hour that can just take care of their immediate needs. If that, many people live negative to negative or paycheck to paycheck, and anyways, I'm really excited because that part is a big part of who we are today. But I am a multi-prenuer. I'm a serialpreneur, however you want to call it.
Let's get it.
I've
Let's
been
get
in
it.
network marketing since I was 18 years old. Take that back. I was like 17 years old, 18 years now that I've been in network marketing. But nothing really clicked. I spent all of those years really preparing for what God has put me before today, which is to really help impact and change lives on a daily. I have run multiple businesses. I'm a real estate agent. I have my real estate license. I've held a life insurance license. I've done investments. And yes, I have a photography company, have had one for the last 4 years. But prior to that, for about 14 years, I was in front of the camera, modeling. And then the last 4 years of it, I stepped behind the camera and started to learn the art behind photography and videography. And I find some great passion in that. That's my artistic outlet, but I'm kind of one of those that just is a woman of many skill sets. I enjoy learning new things for personal development's sake, and, just impacting people along the way.
That is super awesome. So the fact is, you can technically do it all. Like you do, like yeah, like when you
I'm
say
a mom,
multi,
right? I think most moms can do most things. So we kind of
Absolutely.
just have to find a way, right?
Absolutely.
so I gotta ask before we jump in here. Like you said, you walked away from your job, and again, a lot of people are trained to go to work, kind of be a part of whatever this system is that it builds, whether it's middle class, whatever their income base is, right, and stay there forever, and then hopefully you get this idea where you can retire and somebody's going to give you a pension, and you get to just sit in your house till you wither away. So you walked away from the matrix. What was that
Yes.
like? I mean, that had to be. Was it scary?
No. I have to be
But you
very
said it so
honest. You know,
good. I
I'm going to
love
be
it.
very transparent, but I'm also a woman of faith. So, being that I'm a woman of faith, I don't walk in fear. Again, I have a mortgage, I have bills, I've got 2 children. I've got every reason to want to be fearful to step out, but I guess I'm just not really cut from the same mold of many people. Right? So for me, it's a matter of I have a degree, I have a nursing license. I have many other licenses. If anything ever happens, I can always fall back if need be. But I mean, I've got my safety nets in place. It's not that, I just jump on a whim without being prepared. However, the way that I look at it is I'm kind of an all in or all out kind of girl. I'm not somebody who can just kind of halfway or, like many say, half ass do things, right? I have to kind of commit to it so that I can prove whether it works or doesn't work. If you just halfway do something, if you don't fully commit to what it is that you're trying or going to do, you can't truly say that it works or doesn't work. And so, honest to goodness, 8 weeks into the opportunity, I matched my monthly income on the compensation side of the company that we're partnered with. And the moment that I matched my paycheck, I fired my boss because I didn't want to get comfortable making double the amount of money because I knew I would stay stuck if I did that. So what I did is I built myself to a place where I was matching what I was making. So it was already my comfort zone. So I let go of the other and then I just took off. Since then, I've quadrupled my monthly income. I'm helping serve thousands of people across the world. I found purpose in my daily walk. It's really just been a matter of being committed to the decision that I made and not being afraid to do it. Like I said, one of my favorite speakers that I love to listen to, motivational speakers, is Steve Harvey. And he talks about one of my favorite things called Faith Street, where we stand on Faith Street and that's where we receive our blessings. That's where we receive, the things that are due to come to us. And if we walk in fear and if we step off of Faith Street and we prayed for some things, see, they're going to be delivered, but we don't know when. And so if we step out of faith, it's just going to delay your receiving of that blessing or whatever it might be. So for me, it was a matter of just stepping out on faith and saying, if I fall down, if I scrape up on some rocks, if my parachute doesn't open, if it doesn't happen, so be it. I mean, in less than 6 months, I was able to pay off all of my debt and my husband's debt. I literally have nothing to be fearful for in making the move. It's just about taking the leap. Worst case scenario, you miss a bill here or there, it goes into collections. I mean, whatever. You're going to jump back into your job, start making the money, pay it off, and start over again. I mean, it's never too late to try. You cannot be afraid. My apologies, guys. I think that was me.
No, you're good.
But anywho, no, you really just have to be, not afraid to jump. I think that's the thing that holds most people back, to be honest with you. Is the fact that people move in fear. People are afraid to jump. People are just honestly, they're so comfortable with a paycheck that they tend to forget their own dreams and ambitions.
So,
And so,
is it safe to say, because I mean you definitely seem like somebody who will jump without the parachute, right? So there's a lot of self-esteem there, right? You are confident that you're going to get it done, so you trust you.
yeah, I trust myself because I know that if I fail, it's not the end. I don't die because I failed, right? If God puts breath in my lungs the next day, I got a chance to try again. And if I just walk every day being fearful that, oh my gosh, if I don't get my $20 turned to 200 today, then oh my gosh, I'm gonna not be able to what? I promise I'm gonna be able to find food to put on the table. I'm gonna be able to make my bills whenever they're due, and if not, I might be a little bit late and I may have to pay a late fee. It's not going to kill me to pay a late fee on a bill because I tried something to try to achieve my own goals.
I love it.
A lot of people get so stuck in thinking, oh my gosh, even my own husband, even my ex-husband in the past, they would be so fearful. They're all about security. And I get it. And trust me, I do. I think that security is super important, especially when you have children. You don't want to just throw everything with no regard. But if you put your ducks in a row and if you just have things that you can fall back on, like I have many licenses, I have many things to protect me if something happens, and God forbid it doesn't, I'll go work at a gas station. I'll go flip burgers. I'll find a way, right? Like we'll always find a way to make it work. We just can't be fearful and we can't give up. One of my mentors in life has told me in the past, one thing is guaranteed. You will miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, famous quote. And secondly, you cannot defeat a man or woman who will not quit. So if we just continue to strive, there's nothing that will stop us.
Let's go. You spitting hella nuggets today. I'm loving it. Oh man, this has been so I got 101 questions. I'm just gonna keep asking. So I'm curious because my
Please.
wife and I have these conversations all the time on whether it's about safety or we're talking about security. So how do you define safety and security?
For me, it's more so just knowing that I'm not going to go without. Like safety and security for me is that I know that I'm not going to lose the roof over my head. My children are going to be in a safe environment. I'm not going to be, without food for my children. That's safety and security. And, one thing that I know for a fact is God is an all provider. He provides every single thing that comes in and out of my life, right? People, money, objects, whatever it is, it's not mine to begin with, right? So for me, I know that who takes care of me, and I know who my source is, right? That's exactly right. I have a main source in my life, and that's God. He's my provider, and so I don't walk in fear because of that. He is my security. I have to be very blunt about that. He is my security, and if I'm ever in fear, if I'm ever in doubt, if I'm ever in need, I know exactly where to turn, worst case scenario. But he's given me everything I need right here in my two hands, right? If I have two hands and I got 2 feet, even people who don't have 2 hands and 2 feet, right? Some of the most powerful motivational speakers in the world have no hands and no feet, and they provide.
Yeah.
So I have nothing to be fearful for. I have everything that I could possibly need. So for me, security would just be knowing that I have everything I need to be able to provide for my family.
All right, all right. So so quick question. Not even a quick question. And Dr. Deb, you can just cut me off whenever you want. So I'm just
No, go.
Forex trading. I know enough to be dangerous. Like I remember back in the day studying Forex trading, but it was something banks only got into. People were trading, foreign currency, yada yada yada. And it was really risky, and banks would lose a lot of money. And the little guy couldn't, or little gal, however we can define that, couldn't really get into this game. And so, you just said, I matched my earnings, right? So I fired my boss. And now you said triple, quadruple. What was that magic number? Okay, 4 times. Right. So, there's a lot of folks watching here saying, man, I want to do a thing, right? And I love the fact that you address security. I love the fact that you address fear, because in order to be in the spaces that we're in, you really have to kind of be fearless, and you also have to go against the grain, right? You got to butt against the system. But will you tell us what is Forex trading, and that has allowed you to just leaps and bounds financially in this new space?
Oh my gosh. Forex trading. You know what Forex trading did for me, Miguel?
Let's go.
It pissed me off. I'm going to be straight up with you. Forex
Really?
trading pissed me off. And let me tell you what I mean by that, right? So we got a lot of people in the chat kind of talking right now, so I'd like to kind of engage with them if that's okay.
Yeah, please.
So let's talk about like our young adulthood, right? Young adulthood where we graduated high school and we were in that funky in between moment where we're kind of like college students. We don't really know what we want to do with our lives. Everybody's throwing credit cards at us. We're going out trying to get a job to pay for like bills that now we have to pay for we didn't know about. Right. Let's talk about that like early stage of like creating our financial house. How many people, like, if you're in the chat or, just me and you, Miguel, maybe this is you as well. During that time, that funky time from like, let's say 19 to like 26, 27 years old, right? Where you're living in this world where your finances are just like, okay, I got to get enough money to put gas in my tank, right? I got to get enough money to go grab a meal or put food on my table or whatever it might be. Meanwhile, you decide to take out all these shiny, beautiful credit cards that people are sending your way. And then you're sitting here looking at your bank account and there's like $20 in it. And then there's $5 in it. And then you overdraw and get this $20 fee sent to you because you overdrew an account. See, what I found out about the foreign exchange market, Miguel, is that the bank, while I was tripping and freaking out about this $20 that I had left in my bank account, hoping that I could get more money in there, the bank was out making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off of my $20. I'm freaking out. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to pay my bills. I'm not sure. I've got these credit card bills building up. I've got stuff going into collections. I'm ruining my financial house before I even know what it is. Meanwhile, while I'm freaking out, the little bit of money that I have in the bank is using it to make a ton of money off of. That is why it pissed me off when I found out what the foreign exchange market was, Miguel. Because I'm freaking out, and there's a market out there that I could easily be compounding my money. That $20 could have turned to hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars if I would have known about the foreign exchange market back then. But I didn't, because they don't teach it. They don't tell us about it in school. They don't tell us about it whenever we're trying to figure things out with life, right? But now I know, I'm in my mid-30s figuring it out, and I'm excited about that. But I'm even more excited to take this information and take it back to those 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old kids so that before they go into this fear and unknowing of their finances or not understanding how to really make money, that we can take this to them and bring them comfort. There's going to be new problems that they'll have to face and things like that. And I was just thinking about this the other day, that if finances isn't something that winds up being a concern or a worry, what are going to be? Because we're all going to face some type of challenges, But I was excited to know that I could get some information and take it back to the 19-year-old me, the 20-year-old me, so that a way I wouldn't be, so that they don't have to live the same way that I did in fear. I'm telling you right now, when I found out about foreign exchange market, y'all, I decided I was going to go get every single fee that the bank took from me from the age of 19 to 27, because I promise you I had a lot of them, right? So, but that's really what it did for me, and that's my excitement whenever it comes to the foreign exchange market, because it's truly a way that we can shift people's mindset whenever it comes to finances and whenever it comes to our dreams and our goals and our ambitions, because a lot of the times we have them, but we don't know how to achieve them.
Exactly.
And then the foreign exchange market is what opened that up for me. It made me realize the how that was right before us, that we could help a lot of people walk into this.
Well, you know what, Danielle? I'm sorry, Miguel got kicked out, so we're going to carry on. I want you to let the viewers know. Listen, I was so excited about you coming here because you talked about fear, and that's important. And that's something that I walked with, right? But when I met you, and I want you to tell the people how we met. Let's just tell our viewers how we met, because people, even our viewers right now, they probably see me in the chat, Dr. Deb, I don't know if they know, but let's just talk about how we met, because you have really impacted my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, really, I met you on an opportunity call one day, right? I was presenting on the opportunity call, and you chimed in. You asked a lot of questions, which is really cool. And if I remember right, you kind of kept showing up on the opportunity calls, right? So you were there. You're asking a lot of questions. I know you had actually connected with my business partner, even so, and started your communication.
But you know what? I love you guys. You have been great for us. And I wanted to tell you, I didn't know, because I did leave Epic. I learned so much from Epic, but I had to leave at the time. But we came back, and I wanted to tell you, I wanted it to be a surprise, but we came back. Shannon is just like, he was so drawn to it. And I learned so much. That's where I learned, because I didn't know what you were just talking about the banks trading our money. I didn't know that until I came to that opportunity call and I got in, and you guys taught that. And I was like, what? I didn't know that you could turn $10 into $200, in 20 minutes, but I actually did it with you. So we are back. We love Legends Together. You and Terry are doing something so phenomenal. You're changing generations. And I wanted Miguel, I wanted his viewers to just like, you need to see some boss chicks. They haven't even seen, you see the leader, right? One of the leaders. There's some other leaders, guys, and this is just the beginning for us. So I just want people to just like get an understanding of, just take the risk. Everything is a risk. Look at the biggest risk that we've had in talking about how we were conditioned to learn and how to make our money and transfer our money. I didn't even know about any of this, Danielle. So Epic has taught me a lot, but also Legends Together. It's something very special about Legends Together. And so I'm happy to be back, and we're back as a team. And so we are, I just wanted to tell you that, because the first thing Terry was like, where were you? Like, where have you been? And then you said, I miss you. And I was like, really? Like, I haven't even like done as much. And you were just so positive. And so, because I was learning, my eyes are being open to a new way of life and understanding the value of money and how we make it and how we keep it and how we build wealth. And you, my sister, are responsible for that. You are partly responsible for that. I told Miguel, she's bossed up. She's not going to be worried about it. She's going to be okay. Trust me. So this is an amazing, amazing thing. I'm glad that you were able to come out. So tell people, let's talk about some of the viewers. All right. So Coco Love is here. She's been talking a lot. Everybody, Eric and Angela Bethea, and everybody's here. Ed Iman and Yesnia. Yeah, I remember that name. So I remember our family. What has it been like for people who have come under your wing? How have they succeeded? How have you changed their lives? And I know that people tell you, just share with people, what they say. And even in the chat, you guys can, chat, because the viewers are seeing it. Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have to say that I think the most amazing part about what we've created within Legends Together, which is the community that I did co-found, that has thousands of members that are active, that are just taking that leap, taking that chance, and giving it a shot, really. I have to say that the most powerful thing behind what we're doing is the culture that we're building and the relationships that we're building within it. Right. So, yeah, the money is great. Don't get me wrong. Like, the money is everything. I apologize for the back noise. My husband's putting groceries away. But the culture itself, right? The culture itself is where we're building legacies together, right? We're opening the minds of people, which is changing generations within the families, and that creates a bond that truly can't be broken. We just traveled this week to California as a team. We got to be belly to belly with our organization. We got to overcome some serious obstacles that came before us. We were in Orlando a few weeks ago together as a team as well, doing some trainings, coming together, but really just coming together as a unit, right? Like, coming together with thousands of people after being struck, with COVID for all this time, and kind of being held up in captivity and doing everything like this kind of virtually, being able to get face to face with individuals and to really create those bonds. Our culture came to life, when we came together in person, and it really showed the excitement behind everything that we've been working towards for the last year. And we're just getting started. We are literally a baby in the game. We have not been, running for years and years like many people have. We're simply months into this game, but because of the dedication of our leadership team, and we do have many amazing in our community, and I could name many of them off, but if I name one, I'll have to name them all, and I'll likely miss one, and I don't want to do that. But every single leader within our Legends Together family means a lot to me, because without them and without all of our members, we wouldn't be who we are or where we are today. It's all about the people that we're impacting along the way. It's not, if I was just the one making money out of it, it wouldn't be worth it. There's no purpose in that,
That's
If it was just you coming in and you just make a lot of money and that's it, but you make it off of utilizing other people, there's no gain in that. There's no long-term stability. But here, what we're doing is we're learning a skill set that's independent,
Yes.
but we're doing it together. And because we're doing it together, it makes us hold each other accountable, which keeps us, Dr. Deb, from giving up on one another and allowing each other to walk away from the opportunity that is simply there to help change our lives. Not everyone is here for the long haul, we understand, but it is a door that's going to open up the next door, that's going to open up the next door for us to truly start walking in our calling. And that's what it's about. It's about finding the resource that will allow you to start walking in your calling versus just running this rat race to try to make sure your bills are paid and then losing all focus on what you're actually here to achieve.
Exactly. So what do you want people to know? Because I want, at least when you know what I like, that you were very honest about the fact that what it did, it pissed me off because everyone, even though you can earn a substantial amount of money, Forex trading, but what is most important for people to learn, because I've learned some things that are sticking in my head that I know, but what is important for people to come in and, like me, I remember everything you taught, but I want people to know, like, don't come in and think this, but what should we know? Coming through the door as a neophyte Forex trader, what do people need to know?
It is not get rich quick. It is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. It's not going to happen in 6 months. It's not even going to happen in a year. You're going to earn money along the way, but you're not going to change your life in that amount of time. Everyone has to remember that when they come in, yes, you're going to see us posting results all day. I'm getting ready to start an opportunity call that starts in 15 minutes, and I'm going to show people results of the potential of what we can get to and what we can gain. Guys, we have traders in our community making 7 figures every single year, and all they do is trade, right? But it's not going to start there. See, there's a process that everyone must go through. And you have to become disciplined, and you're going to do a lot of personal development through your process. And even I'm not a master trader at this point. I am genuinely still learning. I am still working on being a substantially profitable trader. My goal right now and my focus is to bring awareness to as many people as I can because I believe in it. I've seen what it can do for other people, and that alone is enough to make me want to scream it from the rooftops to everybody in the world. I'm so excited you're back, Dr. Deb. I can't even tell you how excited I am. But I am. I'm so excited because it's all about the relationships. And when you're here, everyone we get to impact. Shamika Gibbs, she's on here right now. Guys, she is one of our amazing leaders as well. She is killing the game in trading, and we are working her off of her job. I promise you. And Angelia Batia, absolutely. I met with her. And Iman, like these people who are in your chat right now, even talking, Mr. Darwin Seeley, yes, discipline, embracing truth and transparency. Absolutely. You will fail. You are going to lose. You are going to win. There is going to be in between times. You're going to feel like giving up. But the amazing thing about our community is that we're not going to let you stay away long. We're not going to let you give up for very long, because one thing that we will not allow is for you to give up on yourself. And as long as you want it, we are right here to help push you to the top. And I have to say that in full transparency, it is not going to happen overnight. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to think, well, so-and-so is making so much money. Why can't I do that today? Because it's not time. You're not ready, right? It requires process. Diamonds do not start out as diamonds, right? Gold must be heated up and put through a process to become beautiful. It is a process that must take place if you want long-term success. Now, you can come in and get a few bucks. No problem. We can show you how to turn 10 cents to $10. You can do it 100 times, feel like you won, and walk away. Or you can go through the process, turn 10 cents to $10, then turn $1 to $100, then turn $10 to $1,000, and then turn $100 to $10,000, and work through that compounding process and allow yourself to learn the skill set to its fullest potential to fully replace every dime of income that you have coming into your household forever.
Yes.
And I'm talking about being paid every single day because you showed up, not because someone else dictated your worth or someone was willing to sign a check saying, thank you for the 80 hours you gave me. Now I'm going to pay you. No, this is an instant return opportunity. This is a way that you can put 10 cents in and it's going to spit $10 right back out you. And there's no other place in the world that you can do it.
That's right. That's right. That is right. And I remember exactly, be disciplined. That is not going to happen overnight. Those were things that got me along the way. And Danielle, let me tell you, to everyone out there that is at the sound of our voice and that you can see us, she is telling the truth. When I tell you they hold your hand, they hold our hand. And I'm so glad to be back. Shannon just kept being drawn back. And one of my friends that we met here, she's still trading. And she just kept sending, the link for the Zoom. And he's like, I have to do it. I just have to do it. And I said, oh my gosh, so I can't wait to tell Danielle. So what you are saying is totally true. I am so glad that you are on here. I'm watching Miss Shamika Gibbs. I don't know people. Although COVID, yes, in COVID, we had to start to use technology in a way that helps us to reach everybody. And I have become a part of the family through technology. And I remember Shamika Gibbs. She is so helpful. Listen, her energy comes through, and everybody else. I'm not saying it because we all are family together, but I just remember her, like when I ask questions, because I'm just like, I don't know everything. The chat goes fast. And so everybody steps in because everybody wants to see everyone win. Nobody's upset. We all want to win together. So we are shifting the culture. We're shifting the mindset. A lot of shifts are happening in the universe. And here's one dynamic woman that you can be under her leadership and you will learn. Just don't come in. Everybody wants to get rich quick, right? Or they want transitions to happen very quickly. But look how long we've been on our jobs.
Right.
All of a sudden we're so impatient, right? And so I just really appreciate what you're saying. Like, you are really telling the truth. You are shining and glowing. And I'm just so excited that you can come on Common Conversations and talk about everything. I just want also tell, we have to be disciplined. We know that it isn't a get rich quick, but does this have anything to do with age? Right? Because I hear some people say, oh, I'm too, what is it? What does it entail? I'm too old to do that. This is for young people. Please let our viewers know there's no age limit.
Oh my gosh. Our organization is absolutely amazing, right? I love our team. We are all about generational. Our youngest trader is 10 years old. You do have to be 18 to be able to have an account, and you also have to be 18 to be a part of the company we're with. But we're talking about parents who took a leap and are educating their children now. So our youngest is around 10 years old. Our eldest is in their 90s. So we have every age, every race, every gender, every color, everything you can think of, every height, every weight. It does not matter. It does not discriminate. Yes, and if you want to join us, you don't even have to have a lot of money. That's the amazing part about this, right? To be a part of our opportunity, it's $135 per month. And that's just simply having a membership with the company we've partnered with called Epic Trading International. It's an online educational program. It allows you to learn the actual skill set so that you can independently trade for yourself. But within that membership, you're going to get our community. You're going to get the leadership teams that have all come together. You're going to get the support and resources, everything that you could possibly need to be successful. Not to mention, as we are also a collective with many other communities under an umbrella called Unity, run by Terry as well. we have released our first software, which is a scanner that will allow you to scan the market 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to receive signals. So there's no more not being available during signal time from our live traders. We took our servant trader, Mr. Joel McKinney, and we put him into some IT stuff, and we're scanning the process now, and that is included at no additional cost after about 8 weeks of being active with us, so that you can get your bearings, get your foundation. Super important that we remain focused on learning the skill set so that we don't allow dependency to step in, right? So we are super excited about that. All of that's included, though, just in having an active membership with us.
And I just wanted people to know also that the first thing I thought, and we are getting ready to wrap it up because we are approaching 8 o'clock, and Miss Farley has to go and save the world. So what I wanted to let people know is the first thing I thought is $139 a month. And I was like, that's another bill. But listen, it's not. You know why? Because I looked at what I was spending in the month. And in addition to that, Danielle, I looked at what you can make in the month. So if you come into the opportunity with an open mind, that membership fee, yeah, you
it's
can
covered. It's
day.
covered. I mean, it's
So,
covered. See,
yeah.
our product is money, right? Our product is money. So, with the copying and pasting, even just of our signals starting out, you're making 50 to $100 on average, not guaranteed, but on average, starting out as a brand new trader, copying and pasting. That's all you have to do, right? So you're looking at an additional on the low end of average, $1,000 a month. Your membership is more than covered. But not only that, Epic has taken it a step further. And if you make a commitment to more than 1 month, so let's say you decide to go for 2 cycles of 28 days or 3 cycles. 3 is my favorite. That's the one I do because I save $100 every time I do that. So the membership is only $101 per month if I pay for 3 up front, which saves me $101. I put that into my trading wallet. I would have spent it anyways on my monthly membership, right? So it's money that was already going in, only now I get to use it and put it into my trading wallet. And I can copy and paste with that $100 and compound it while I'm also learning the skill set myself. And so there's just a great process that we have in place to allow everyone to have an opportunity to be successful.
Well, you know what? We certainly appreciate you. And Shamika says, I was a copy and paste queen in the beginning. So now she obviously can do those things on her own. I love it. I appreciate you. So listen, we're going to wrap up. We have to get you. Oh, Miguel is back. There's Miguel. What's up, Miguel? So what do you have to say, Miguel? How'd you enjoy it while you were
I
gone?
loved it, even though I got kicked out. Like literally, my whole system went down. But I'm glad it kept going. What parts I heard are amazing, and I hope that a lot of folks take something away from this and jump in because earning additional revenue is really however you're gonna do it in this life. That's the way to go, right? We can't be stuck in one space, playing the same game over and over. It's good to have diversity in your earning potential, and really set some goals. So,
Okay, so we
Danielle,
got the
thank
opportunity
you.
call about to start.
Yes, yes. So I will share that again, and anybody who can jump in there, please do. But thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Danielle. I know you gotta go. You get yourself out of here so you can go save
Thanks,
the
guys.
world.
I just realized that I said that live on yours and I was on my Zoom telling it to them. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
You're good.
But no, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited. The more that we can talk about it, the more masses we can reach, the more impact we can make with people across the world. So thank you, Miguel, for having me. Thank you, Dr. Deb, for inviting me.
Welcome.
And I'm so happy that you're back home. And
Yes, thank
and
you.
Miguel, and now it's Miguel's turn to come home, right? So let's go.
Let's get it. I'm game.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm gonna jump off, guys. Thank you for having
Thank
me,
you
guys.
very much.
Bye.
Absolutely. That was awesome.
Man, that was awesome. I appreciate y'all. That was a great show. A lot of knowledge that y'all dropped. And I really do. I hope people take away something.
Yeah.
and really start looking at opportunities for them to grow their revenue. Doc, great job tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I love Miguel. Everybody who is at the sound of our voice, who's listening to recording, like and subscribe, please, to Common Conversations, Miguel Hampton. Everything you see that's attached to him, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace and love to everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.